the years, MS TeamWorks has shared perspectives on MS from all members of the MS team. And although 2020 brought unexpected challenges, we were determined that a pandemic and social distancing would not stop us from sharing new and meaningful perspectives. The setting was different, but the message is the same. I have MS. I have a team. I have a future.
My name is Michelle Walmsley, and I've been living with relapsing remitting multiple sclerosis for 18 years. At the time of my diagnosis, I worked for an academic medical center at a large university, and I worked in the health system, in particular with the departments of neurology, neurosurgery, and neuroscience. I also work closely as a partner with the National Multiple Sclerosis Society, both as a volunteer and professionally. While I do similar work now, I work for a smaller liberal arts university. Since my diagnosis, and while living with my MS for the last 18 years, I've had a number of opportunities, both personal and professional, to share more information about MS and my personal journey with colleagues, with friends, and with others that I've come in contact with. This has been true both when I spoke to an FDA advisory panel about a new medication and offered the patient perspective. It was true when I was a volunteer with the MS Society, and it's also been true in places like church and professionally with folks who are newly diagnosed or looking for more information about how they can live openly and positively with MS as well. Because my MS isn't always readily visible, I've often had to be the one to disclose that situation to employers. That's always been really important to me because I value being upfront with folks and letting them know that these are the challenges I'm experiencing and these are the accommodations I might have to ask for as a result. It's not particularly easy to go in for hours of infusion therapy without being able to let your employer know why you're going. And it's important to me, again, as we think about setting the norms and making sure that people understand that this is just part of life. It's not who I am. It doesn't define me, but it is a part of my life that I have to deal with. And so I think hiding that would be the wrong way for me to approach that. And instead, being open and transparent about my MS feels right. I feel that it's so important for someone who has MS to live openly and to be really candid to the extent that they feel comfortable about their diagnosis and what it means to live with multiple sclerosis. This really helps with norm setting and to help others realize that there's no shame and there's nothing wrong with having an MS diagnosis. And you also demonstrate to others, particularly those who are newly diagnosed, that there's an incredible amount of hope. There are new treatments all the time, and that it's important to be able to sort of set that norm and help others understand that there's a life after MS diagnosis. It's so important to be able to ask for help and to be able to rely on your care team, both your professional care team. In my case, I have a fantastic care team at the MS clinic. And they've done a wonderful job over the years of helping me understand when I might need a little bit of extra assistance. It's also important to be able to rely on those around you, friends and family. People want to help. They want to be part of your journey and that they want to help you succeed and they want to surround you with care. Frankly, learning how to accept that care has been a big part of my journey, but it's been one of the most worthwhile aspects as well. In fact, asking for help is not a weakness. It's a really big sign of strength. One of the things that asking for help allows you to do, whether it's something around the house, whether it's a low energy day and you just need someone else to pitch in, is it allows you to preserve your energy for those things that are most important and for the interactions that matter most to you. At the time of my MS diagnosis, I was not only involved with the National MS Society in my professional life, but personally as well, both as a volunteer and an active participant in a number of different events. As I began to have symptoms of MS and progress through the stages of my diagnosis, it became incredibly important to rely on that network of support and people who understood that despite the fact that it was not obvious to many that I had MS, that indeed there were issues that I and all others who struggle with diseases that cannot readily be seen on the outside were really struggling with. And so I just encourage anyone who has a diagnosis to really continue to look for those folks who can be part of their care team and support them and are positive along the way. There are a number of folks on my care team now who do not have MS and who certainly know that I do and support me in my endeavors. I have a fantastic running partner and she knows I have MS. So she's wonderful because sometimes she'll know we have to slow down or we can't go as fast. Or she'll wait and she'll walk with me for part of the way when I'm having a really low energy day. Finding people like that who can support you during the course of your MS is incredibly important. It's very important to remember that no one care team looks exactly like the other. And during the course of MS and treatment, it may be true that individuals with MS have recommendations made that don't feel like a good fit for them, where maybe a support group doesn't feel like the right fit, or it feels like folks who are too advanced in their disease or too early in their disease. And so finding the right group of caregivers and the right people with whom to surround yourself, who are positive, who want to help you carry the load, and who can do so requires a lot of vulnerability. For many of us, we carry so much and we perform so many roles that asking for help is just really difficult. And opening yourself up and being really vulnerable can often be the best way and can provide so many rewards and deepen relationships along the way with care partners, whether it's your running partner, whether it's your life partner, whether it's your children, or even your medical team. Being vulnerable is a critical part to finding the right support you need and then coming to terms with accepting that. I often think about MS and my diagnosis as being a backhanded blessing. My diagnosis occurred when I was in my late 20s, and while by that time I'd certainly prioritized things in ways that felt right to me, it was also a great opportunity to take stock of my life and to sort of try to figure out how to make sure that I was focused on the things that mattered most. It's also been a great opportunity to not only share my story with others, but to reach out and to extend that hope and that compassion that so many others extended to me at the time of my diagnosis and immediately thereafter. It's a great opportunity to become part of someone else's care team as they sort of navigate the waters of MS themselves. For anyone watching, I hope that your main takeaway is that while MS can be a complicated and challenging diagnosis, that it's a landscape that's also full of hope and new advances in medicine all the time. And it's easiest to maintain that hope and feel buoyed by it when you have a wonderful care team surrounding you. So I'd encourage you to make sure that you find those care partners and really use them to help you maintain that sense of hope and momentum, because life is fantastic and an MS diagnosis doesn't change that.